Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel, Wisdom and Light here, and I am back with another celebrity psychic reading. This is going to be my part 2 for Jhené Aiko, and I guess we're including Big Sean because he was in her last reading that I did for them a few months back, and some of those predictions did come true. Now, if y'all been hiding a rock and paying y'all bills and minding your business, basically Jhené Aiko came out with this very beautiful song. I love it. I just love Jhené Aiko. She's just... Anyway, so she came out with a song, and then Big Sean hopped on it, and he had to let us know that he made her come 9 times and, you know, all this shit. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what, since you made homegirl come 9 times, let me just do a reading, okay? So without further ado, let's begin. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you guys so much for supporting and being so patient with me in regards to putting out these readings and also doing readings. It's just a very high volume of readings that I'm doing, so I'm really excited to talk to all of you. And thank you guys so much for joining the soul family. And that's it. Thank you. Like, I appreciate it. And what's surrounding her. I tried to use things that are very Pisces vibes. So right now, I'm wearing like a Pisces anointing oil. And I'm using cards that I normally use with Pisces. And this is a Pisces type of stone. I think it's called Laborite or I don't know how to pronounce the name. I always mess it up. But I'll probably leave the name of the crystal down below. I don't remember where I got this specifically, but they're everywhere. You can definitely get one of your own. It's a palm stone that I love using before readings. Look how pretty that is. And it has a lot of Pisces vibes in it and psychic intuition. Anyway, back to the reading. So, Jhené Aiko. And I'm going to keep this reading very short and sweet so I can get back to the monthly horoscopes. What is surrounding Jhené Aiko during this time? We're going to put these decks over here to focus on the tarot messages. I think I want to switch this deck. I think I want to use a different deck. I don't know. Which deck am I using? If I were Jhené Aiko, what deck will I use? I'm going to use the Illus Tarot. Okay. This one. It's crazy. When you do readings a lot, you can just feel what deck is going to work for that specific session and what isn't. And that deck is beautiful, the one I had before, but this one kept like screaming at me. So I feel like she's got a lot to say. Jhené Aiko. What is happening around Jhené Aiko? What is happening around Jhené Aiko? This message will be very short, sweet, and straight to the point. What is happening around Jhené Aiko? Jhené Aiko. 9 of Pentacles comes through for Jhené Aiko. 3 of Swords comes through for Jhené Aiko. I mean, not shocked that that card came out. The Judgment. Ooh, okay. Ooh, ooh. All right, let me shut up. I keep getting downloads. I'm hearing divine information, and I'm over here like, whoop. All right, let me pull out all the cards first before I start pouring tea. The Devil. Okay. Overall energy of Jhené Aiko. Overall energy of Jhené Aiko. Overall energy of Jhené. Okay. Overall energy of Jhené Aiko. That's kind of funny how these... Y'all already know where I'm going with this. Kurt Cobain, and I think this is the X, I believe. It's kind of funny how they came out simultaneously, and I'm going to explain that very quickly. 6 of Wands reverse. Okay. The Hierophant. All right. So, what does this all mean for Jhené Aiko? What is the divine message for Jhené Aiko? The Nine of Pentacles is talking about the abundance that she was able to accumulate this year, spiritually and financially, of course. It's my favorite card to show up for women, and I love that it's here. So success, money, that's not really an issue, nor will it ever be an issue for Jhene Aiko. And I feel like because she always knew that she would be able to manifest things, she never worried about money. Like, I'm not saying that she didn't have fear back in the day when she was coming up, but she never worried about financial stability. She just always knew that things were going to come to her. She always just knew that things were going to work out. She believed in situations that were like almost unrecognizable to see light at the end of the tunnel. Like, she always just knew that things were going to be okay, and that was just her God-given psychic intuition. That was just the divine telling her that everything's going to be okay. And with all the success that she has accumulated over the past few years, she's now seeing the fruit. She's now seeing the fruit on her trees, the seeds that she planted, the tree growing up, and fruits finally forming. She's finally seeing a lot of the things that she has worked so hard for to bring in, especially her spiritual growth as well. Now, we do have the Three of Swords that comes through in the reading. We also have the Judgment, and we have the Devil card. So I want to talk about these three cards specifically, and this is kind of tying in about Big Sean and their whole relationship. From what I'm seeing, I'm going to interpret it the best way I know how, and I'm going to be guided by spirit, guided by the divine, and whatever I hear, I'm going to say it, and that's what it shall be. The Three of Swords is here because, of course, there was heartbreak here, and I saw it in her last reading. There was definitely heartbreak. There was definitely things not working out. Now, Three of Swords can mean a number of things, but I do feel like men have a very hard time balancing out fame and having healthy spiritual relationships. I'm not going to say that Big Sean cheated, but what I am going to say is that they misunderstood each other when they needed to take the time to understand each other. Okay? And that happens. That happens. We fumble. We may fall apart, but that doesn't mean that the love is not here. So I feel like Jhene comes through as the Judgment. She comes through as the Judgment card, saying, I don't rock with this, or I'm not okay with this, or this is bothering me. I'm empathic. I'm an empath. I can't just vibe with this. Or I don't like your friends. I don't like the people you surround yourself with. I don't like that you're still friends with your ex. Hint, hint. I don't like that this is happening because it's disturbing my peace. And the reading I did for Pisces last month talked about secrets coming out and things happening that Pisces was picking up on. Jhene Aiko is a Pisces. So the Judgment is here because when her and Big Sean did see each other again, it was all good vibes, but she did express, that didn't sit well with me, or that connection, that friendship, or those people, it didn't vibe with me. And I'm ascending, I'm growing spiritually, and I need someone that's on the same wavelength as me, because I'm not moving like these other people. I'm not moving like this new generation. I am going to continue to give out spiritual awareness and peace and harmony, and I need my partner, I need my soulmate to either be on my side or match me. We can't be on this vibration. We can't move forward if you think it's okay to be cool with this person or that person or your ex or whatever the case may be. I'm not rocking with that. I'm no longer settling with that because I have finally found myself. I have finally found where I am at peace. And I do not want to compromise myself because you're in the picture. That's literally what I just channeled just now, guys. Like, literally. And I don't feel like those were my words, but that's what I got through this reading, through understanding the messages that are coming through. So now we have the Devil card, which is more so about, am I going to live the life that I was living, or am I going to walk this walk with Jhene? This is for Big Sean. Am I going to walk this walk with her, or am I going to continue to do what I know, that I recognize, that makes sense to me? that comes through. And I do feel like Big Sean went through a huge metamorphosis himself. And them going through those changes is what pulled them apart in the first place. It doesn't feel like it was toxic to where they can no longer be friends because, hello, they had a song together. So obviously the breakup was actually more spiritual than it was stupidity. We see what Kalani and that guy is going through, and I kind of felt it in that last reading. It doesn't feel like this. This actually feels like they broke up because at that time in their life, they grew apart, and it was painful for the both of them. Y'all remember when Big Sean and Ariana Grande broke up? And I kid you not, when Big Sean breaks up with you, he dogs you out in a song somehow, some way. Okay, I think he did that to Ariana Grande. I think, like, he's an Aries from what I understand. So listen, when an Aries is done with you, they're gonna be like, "Fuck you! You did this to me. Da, 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 da. I'm through with it. I'm over it. I'm bored." Right? But not to say that he's still rude to Ariana Grande or anything, but at that time, I remember me and my friends talking about it, like, damn, he said that in a song about that girl? Like, ooh, no. But I noticed when Big Sean and Jhene Aiko broke up, didn't he go through therapy? Like, didn't he went through a spiritual journey himself? He grew out his hair. All this shit was happening. And Jhene Aiko came out with Triggered. So they're obviously both still vibing with each other, still in love with each other, and they both went through the woes of a breakup. So it doesn't feel like one person feels more powerful than the other, which I appreciate in this reading because the love is real. If they never get back together, like I said in my last reading, they will always be cool. But I'm seeing that. So now for Jhene Aiko, back to her, we get into Seven of Pentacles, and then we have the Death card. I do feel like she wants to change. What? I think Jhene Aiko's going to come out with a tarot deck, or she's going to come out with something that's a spiritual based tool, and it's going to do very well. And when she drops it, I'm buying it on site. I just got that download. She's coming out with something that's a spiritual tool. It's either a deck or something else. I feel like it's a deck. She's either thinking about it or she's working on it. And the deck is going to correlate to, oh my God. I feel like it's going to correlate to her music that's coming out. It's a work of art. It's nothing that's ever been done before, and it's for spiritual driven people. Because she wants to target people that move like her, and she wants to bring in people that are on the same vibration as her. The only thing is, it's going to take time to cultivate because we have the Six of Wands. And I do feel like a lot of people want to try to have creative control over it, or creative control over something that's coming out. If it's not a deck, it's definitely something that is a tool. It could be singing bowls. I'm not sure what it is, but it feels very beautiful. And Jhene, when you drop that shit, I'm going to buy it ASAP. And I feel like all of you guys are on the same page with me, okay? I'm going to make sure that I refresh my page and I'm like, click, 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 buy, ship it out to me, okay? That is amazing. I can't believe I just got that download. That's got nothing to do with Jhene Aiko and Big Sean, but it has everything to do with where she's going. Wow. That's dope. Okay. That was a cool download. So let me just ask some questions that you guys would obviously want to know. Will Big Sean and Jhene Aiko get back together? And I'm going to use my romantical cards for that one too. Will they get back together? Will they get back together? Will they get back together? We have the Fool. We have the Eight of Swords reverse. We have the Page of Wands. One more card. The Five of Pentacles. They're definitely working together, and they're working through something. So it's not a yes and it's not a no. It's more so like we're figuring it out. Because obviously there's a lot of love here. But have we grown? Are we mature enough to do this again? Okay. So it's a yes and no. It's a not yet. There you go. It's not yet. They want to heal and grow into who they want to be. And if they are still on the same page when they reach that transformation, they will probably get back together or always be very close. But it feels like they're figuring it out. It feels like a big question mark. It doesn't feel like a solid yes. It feels like a solid, I'm not sure yet, but I know that we have a lot to work through, and I know that we can heal together by creating together, which is why they did that video in the first place. And I feel like Big Sean wants to create more with her, but it's Jhené that's kind of like, I don't know. I keep seeing her like, are we opening that door again? I just keep feeling that resistance, like, not sure. Okay. Guys, they fell apart because they were both growing in different paths. He was still living his life and hanging out with low vibrational people, and she was ascending. They were spiritually growing apart, but the love was still there. And then it became toxic because they were spiritually growing apart and their views were starting to get very different. But then down the line they realized that, or at least Big Sean realized that, no, we're exactly the same. I'm just going through a change in my life. And I'm acknowledging that, I see that, and I want to do better. Okay. Deception. The problem with being with a Pisces, which it rarely comes up, but I'm just going to say it because, mind you, I am an astrologer aside from reading cards, and I've seen this time and time again. Pisces sometimes lives in illusions. They live in daydream world a little too much sometimes, okay? And Aries are more grounded and they're more realistic, even though they're like more quick-tempered. But Jhené was always floating in a way. She's always been like astral projecting. Like, I know that's so stereotypical of Pisces, but that's really her vibe. So the deception came through, not in the sense of cheating, because I don't want to like draw it out and say, oh, he cheated. I'm not trying to do all of that. But what I am going to say is, she was one way when he met him. She was one way. She was one way when they met. And then she went through this evolution that he wasn't on the same wavelength of. It's almost like she ascended and he was not ascending. So the deception is coming through saying like, she has a lot of sides to her. She has a lot of layers to her. So it's almost like Big Sean always felt like he was learning more and more about her every day. And being that he's naturally an Aries and a little bit quick-tempered, that can drive a fire elemental person crazy, because it's like, so you were this way 2 years ago, now you're this. And people have the right to change. People have the right to grow. But it's just talking about illusions. The Children card come through, expressing your love, past life relationships. So I do feel like they are not done dealing with each other. They're not done. This is a very spiritual relationship. Did Big Sean and Ariana Grande had sex? Let's see. I mean, I had to ask. Like, if they did, he regrets it. It's almost like it could have gone there, but Ariana Grande is still going through sadness. She's still going through something. So if they did, he regrets it. I'm not getting a definite answer, so I do feel like a line was crossed, but he regrets whatever line that was crossed because he's acknowledging that she probably wasn't ready, or we weren't ready, or now I remember why we broke up in the first place. Big Sean needed to connect with Ariana Grande to realize why they broke up in the first place, to give him that form of closure, because I don't feel like he had closure with the situation, but now he does. It doesn't feel like any like negative energy, but it does feel like if, let's say, they did cross the line, he regrets it, or he's understanding why they broke up in the first place. Okay. However, whatever they did in their spare time is besides the point. I don't feel like they're gonna ever get back together, and I don't feel like it's meant to be, unfortunately. The relationship ran its course, and I do feel like they have a genuine respect for each other and they care about each other, but Ariana Grande is emotionally not available right now. Okay. And I do feel like, let's see where this goes. That's his energy. But when he realized that, oh, you're still dealing with those things, or I'm not, I don't feel like anything came out of it that benefits him or that would heal her. So I'm going to say a line was crossed, but it will not happen again. And even if they try, they won't work out, because he still needs to figure out where he stands with Jhene Aiko. He still needs to figure that out. And Big Sean, his energy comes through needing to learn that the grass is never greener on the other side. And when you are with a spiritual woman, you need to make a decision on if you're going to live that way or if you're going to live this way. You can't have both. No ma'am, no sir, you cannot have both. If you're going to walk with a woman that walks with the divine, you need to come correct. You know? And I feel like when she was hoping that he would come correct, he dropped the ball, basically. Most men do that, unfortunately. Most men do. Like when they get scared or when they don't know what the fuck to do, they drop the ball instead of just carrying it. And they're going through that. They're figuring that out. There's still a lot of love here, guys, but they're figuring it out. This is a very deep spiritual reading. So, okay. But Jhene Aiko and Big Sean, they do have a past life relationship. So they're gonna do this dance for quite some time. They're gonna go through the motions for a while. They're gonna try to figure it out for a while. Playfulness. I do feel like they're gonna work together again. I do feel like they're trying to reintroduce that intimacy, and I do feel like they're working together again, or they will work on something together. Okay. I do feel like when they were manifesting love and happiness, they manifested each other to figure this out. But interesting enough, they're not getting back together right away. They're not. They're figuring things out, and they're going through this journey by themselves or together, but not having sex. It's a very interesting situation. Like, they're not trying to cross that line, but they want to heal together. And through healing together, it's making music together. Okay. So will there be another joint album? Yes. I feel some more music coming for either Jhene or the both of them, together or apart. But I feel like they're in the studio together or they're healing together. Music is very healing for them. And Jhene Aiko brings out that emotional side of him, of Big Sean. So we're going to see another side to him very soon. You know, when they start growing out their hair and becoming conscious, the music hits differently, okay? So I'm just going to end off the reading here. We're going to be seeing a lot of them. And they're going to be confusing us for the next couple of months. But for everyone that is spiritual, we know what they're doing. They're walking on this path together and figuring out if they want to be together or not. and they're healing together because they feel like they owe each other that. What is the divine message for Jhene, Aiko? Oh, I just heard this. Jhene, Aiko's daughter, should use the singing bowls more. She probably already used them or learned how to use them. It's going to help her because she has a gift as well. She's gifted herself. She could be clairaudient. I don't know why I heard that download for Jhene, Aiko's daughter. That's beautiful. She should use singing bowls. Okay. I'm just a messenger. What is the divine message for Jhene, Aiko? Oh. Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So, Jhene, your prayers are being answered. You are being heard, and what you've been manifesting will come to fruition. Your ancestors, your spirit guides are coming through, acknowledging that this is happening, that this divine intervention is happening. Your dreams are valid. Everything you've been feeling is valid. You ascending is valid. She could be meditating so much that she's reaching enlightenment. Like she's almost there. Like she's almost there to reach her enlightenment, which is beautiful. And the message for Big Sean. What is the message for Big Sean? The ever-folding rose, cracked open, is happening for you, not to you. So all of the twists and turns that's happening in Big Sean's life, it's not to break him, it's to build him up and make him stronger. So he's going through a journey, she's going through enlightenment. And they're trying to meet in the middle and heal each other because they feel like they owe it to one another to do this. Oh, wow. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate it if you subscribe and click the little bell so y'all know when I pull up. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in regards to this reading. I really enjoyed reading Jhene, Aiko, and Big Sean's confusing jumbleness, but I get it, and I hope you guys kind of get it, but whatever. Anyway, I love you guys, and have a beautiful rest of your day, evening, whenever you are watching this. Mwah. Bye.